Hey guys, Squiggles here, bringing you a game on Backwater Gulch. This one is going to be between Johnny D. Lee. He is my subscriber and the first ever submission of Subscriber Saturday, so I am going to honor him and cast his game, and I hope it is epic. It's pretty long, so I'm expecting a pretty sweet game. And his opponent is going to be Namote. He is going to be the blue Protoss on the left side of the map, and of course our good friend Johnny D. Lee is on the right side of the map at the bottom. So, Subscriber Saturday, you guys give me your cool slash wacky slash whatever replays, ones that you want to see or you want to see me cast and show off to your friends and all that stuff. So send that to me at squigglesstarcraft at gmail.com. Throughout the week, go ahead and send those to me, and then on Saturday and sometimes Sunday, like today, I will go through and I will cast a couple of the ones that I think are really sweet. So go ahead and do that. Let's see, what else can I say? Oh yes, I had a couple of games that I cast this last week that were absolutely epic, and they were, both of them were actually TLO versus Select. So if you guys haven't seen those, I think they're they're named Epic and Epicness, and they have TLO and Select in them. Go ahead and check those games out if you haven't. They're absolutely baller. So yeah, that's all the little laundry list of things I need to say out of the way. So let's sit back, relax, and enjoy the game. And good luck, Johnny D. Lee, because he is my subscriber, so I want him to win. So this matchup is pretty, I don't know, I would say the standard thing in this matchup in TVP is that you go lots of bio as Terran, and Protoss gets Colossus or High Templar, as well as a lot of gateway units, although they can also go DTs or what else, Void Rays, something like that. I've even seen like Phoenixes do fairly well. But yeah, I mean, it seems like Terran, although I think, who was it? I want to say it was, crap, I forget who it was. But I saw somebody go mech against Protoss and actually win, and it shocked everyone. But for the most part, I think it's just bio. So we're going to see what happens. And ooh, look at this SCV. Yeah, I'm just going to zoom in on him, this baller. He's punching this pylon in the shin. He saw Pylo and he was like, you know what? I don't like pylons, so I'm gonna, and look at this, he's actually doing some decent damage. He's done like 60, 70 damage already to this pylon, working his way through the shields. But it doesn't look like these probes are concerned in the slightest. As we can see, the warp gate is starting, as well as it looks like a tech lab for the barracks, and he's going to be early expanding. So one rack's expanding, fairly good, actually really good on this map, especially because of how big the map is. I would call this like a medium-sized map. It's not like large, like Terminus Rear or anything, but it's not small, you know, like Steps of War. So I'd call this like a medium-sized map, kind of like Metalopolis size. They are spawned kind of close, and you can actually open up a slightly faster attack path if you kill these rocks and come up and kill these rocks. But it's still kind of weird, and there's that expansion right there, obviously. But oh, poor Proby, he's going to be biting the dust, and it looks like, ooh, getting concussive shells as well as more Marauders. So he's going to be putting on some early pressure with Marines and Marauders. Always a fun thing to do, and a lot of Protoss players absolutely hate it. I know a couple of my friends have complained about how OP Marauders are in the TVP matchup. So oh, getting stim started right away, and that's also very good because you know what? Stim takes a long time. It already took a long time, and now they added on an extra 30 seconds. So now it takes a long time to build. So getting that stim started, always a good idea. Meanwhile, in the Protoss base, looks like we have 3 gateways. So he's probably going to do a 3 gateway expand, or 3 warp gate expand, rather. That's fairly standard. And who's going to be aggressive first? It looks like the Terran player, Johnny D. Lee, my subscriber, is going to be moving out to charge with 3 Marauders and 2 Marines. And it, oh geez, that's actually not the best to attack into. As you can see, Namote is actually pretty good. He's getting some sentries early, and sentries are always a good thing to get because you're able to just force field so much, and especially against a bio ball, the Terran death ball, that's really, really good to have. So we're going to see what kind of damage Johnny Deelee can do. Oh, I'm a little bit scared for him, but we're going to see. Waiting for it, waiting for it. Let's get as big a view as possible as we go to this battle. And boom, boom. Looks like two pros. Oh, wow, what a perfect force field. Oh man, that sucks. Sorry, Johnny. That's pretty brutal. Time to run that Marauder away. And as you can see now, Protoss has taken the lead in units by, oh man, by like 15 or so. Now it's back down to like 10, but quite a bit ahead. And if we go to the Army tab, you can see that Namote has quite a few more Army, although workers, they're almost even. He's a little bit ahead, but right now Namote is ahead in everything, so that does not spell good things for Johnny. Although Johnny is ahead in expansion, Namote is just now starting. Ooh, he is getting a proxy pylon up right now, and it looks like these units of Johnny D are going to come over here and try to take it out. And the bunker is under attack, and oh man, that's a lot of Protoss units this early in the game, especially because Johnny lost his initial force. And oh man, some more good force fields, totally cutting that off. Stim just finishing, and he's using Stim now, and he popped his units out there. That's interesting. I'll talk about that in a second. And then put them back in, and it looks like the bunker will go down. I feel like he needed to bring a couple more SCVs out, and now it looks like he probably has to lift up this orbital at this point. That's just too many units. And oh man, look at that. And the force field on the ramp. So the Protoss player Namote doing all the right things really at this point. And Johnny gonna have to lift this up, and he really needs to keep this alive. It does look like it will be fine. Not enough damage being done to it. And oh man, Protoss hate gas, man. They are just killing the crap out of that geyser. And Johnny reacting fairly well, getting up this bunker right now, as well as spamming units as fast as he can, even getting a Hellion. Hey man, you get the units when you can when you're in crisis mode like this. And it looks like the Protoss player is going to just warp in stuff. It almost looks like a 4-gate, but it's not. It's a 3-gate. And the Protoss has expanded behind this, so he is going to be super-duperly fine whether or not this expansion, or whether or not this actually ends the game or not, but it doesn't look like it is, and he is not going to push it. He knows he's ahead by like 10, and he's just going to expand his lead. He's now up in expansion, but as soon as Johnny D is able to put this back down, then he will be absolutely fine. So, okay, combat shield starting now for Johnny, and let's look at the damage that was done there. It looks like Army, Johnny's actually ahead in Army, wow, but look at the workers, and that's what's going to really pay off in the long run is the worker difference, and it looks like the Mote is way ahead in workers. So we're going to have to see if Johnny can equalize that as this game progresses. And it looks like Namote, he's just content to just sit and macro up a bit, and he does have that expansion out, and Johnny needs to be absolutely sure. I do like that he's making workers and just putting them on his main right now, although his main is getting low, so he's going to have to move out sometime, and yep, he's going to go and expand right now. Excuse me, as my voice almost dies. But yeah, man, he needs to expand really quickly in order to stay in this match, and it looks like he will do that. And the pylon going down, so now the Protoss, because the pylon went down and because he has observer right here, is going to know exactly when he moved back out. But look at this, Namote is supply blocked because of that pylon going down. Oh man, and being supply blocked, let's see, is he making, where is he? He's not even, oh my gosh, he's not even making a, look at this, he's starting 2 gateways, a Templar Archive, and charge, and he's not starting a pylon. So a pylon, it takes quite a while to build, and oh jeez, he still hasn't started. He's going to be supply blocked for forever. And look at Johnny, he's already closed the gap. So now he is even with supply again, and he is going to in fact pass him, because there we go, 3 pylons started now as he realizes his little whoopsie doopsie, and wow, he just let Johnny back in the game with that. So that just goes to show, guys, you really need to stay on top of your probes and pylons or supply depots and SCVs, buddy. Or, you know, I'll give Zerg some love. Your overlords and your drones. You really got to stay up and making those. And it looks like Johnny now is going to move out and take this really important watchtower right here. This watchtower, if he takes it, I will show you. Oh, he's so close to taking it. Just move up like one guy. Up there, Johnny. You can do it. You can do it. Well, anyway, it gives vision like all the way out to here. So if you control that watch, there we go. You can see he has vision of here. So I mean, I guess you could sneak right there, but for the most part, especially if you put like a marine right here, you'll have 100% read on when the Protoss moves out. So that's very, very good to know. And also, you can actually wait until the Protoss gets like here and then counterattack even, or you could go and cut him off and kind of pinch him. So a whole bunch of different stuff you can do. All I need to say is this watchtower is amazingly good. So it looks like it is 2 base on 2 base right now. Although it looks like the Namote has a little bit of shenanigans going on up here, and he may actually try to expand. And if he expands up here, and it doesn't get scouted, that could definitely play dividends. Oh man, it looks like a huge battle is going to be started right here. And let's see what's going to happen. It looks like charge is done, stim done, good force fields way down. Oh man, those force fields just totally splitting the army in half. But even with those force fields, it looks like it actually protected a lot of the Terran units from the Zealots, and he does have a very Zealot-heavy army now. Well, he did. The Zealots are all dead now. And stimming again, that's a lot of medevacs, and those force fields, not really the best. I mean, it looks like he's trying to trap the Terran army, but really what he ended up doing was giving his own units nowhere to go, and it looks like Terran is going to run away. So Namote was able to win that battle. But oh man, it looks like see, look at the supplies. It's 6. Whoa, geez, and they both macro. So it looks like the Mote comes out on the better end of that macro by getting 73 over 65. But really, the supplies are very similar. And oh man, I love it when Vikings that are landed get picked up by medevacs. I think that's just the funniest thing ever. Just land, just fly, man. No, man, I don't want to fly. I want to conserve fuel. I'm trying to go green. So instead, he just hitches a ride with the medevacs. I mean, they're already burning fuel. Might as well use theirs instead of my own. Yeah. Okay, looks like Terran is going to expand to the gold, and I do like expanding to the gold, especially because he's really content to just sit here or here, and he's going to be able to defend this gold. This is something that Sean talks about, Day 9, sorry, for all of you who don't know what his real name is. Sean, Day 9 plot. He talks about this too. Expand along your route of attack. And so Terran is actually rallying and attacking all of his guys in this area. So by expanding here, he keeps this totally safe because that's where his entire army is going to be. As well as, I'm assuming it's going to be a planetary here. So it's just going to help him cement his position on the map here even more. And this position right here is actually very key because of their spawn locations. So good choice by johnniedeelee. I really, really like him taking that right there. Now he just needs to hold it until the planetary comes up, and he should be absolutely fine. Meanwhile, let's look at what Protoss is doing, and he is getting Archons even, and a ton of Speed Zealots, an absolute crap ton of Speed Zealots. And we can see here that, yep, Storm is done, so whenever he decides to go ahead and get, oh, he does have a couple High Templars still with Storm, so this could be pretty brutal. These Zealots are going to hold the Terran unit Terran army in place, and he stims to get away from it. And oh, this poor siege tank, who cannot stem and is not microed as well, just absolutely dies. Now this planetary is being built right now, and got some feedbacks going on and stuff, and oh, looks like a little bit of misrallying going on. And to be honest, I do that all the time. But it looks like the Terran, by pulling back, doing a good job of dodging those storms for the most part, is going to be able to push the Protoss away. And this Zealot is running for his life, and it is all going to be in vain as he goes down. And the Terran regains his control of this very, very important part of the map as the planetary just finishes up, and that is really important to get that planetary done. And bam, baby, it is done. So Terran just like doubled his part of the holding on the map. Now, one thing that I think is kind of crazy, and I've noticed this a lot, is that this probe is just, or this probe, lol, this observer is just following around the army. I think scanning every once in a while as Terran is actually a pretty good idea, just to make sure that there isn't an observer, or putting like a turret down or something. And you know what, man?